Alright, it's Ridge Racer. Let's see if this is working. Only going to be on here a little over an hour, but I think that's really about all the time you need to look at the original Ridge Racer and its first sequel, really. It's one track with like 3 variations or whatever. It's just a simple arcade game. But it was a really amazing arcade game for its time. And even though this home port wasn't actually as accurate as we thought it was, it has a bunch of dithering and stuff that the arcade game didn't have, I think, and a bunch of texture warping and like cracking and stuff that wasn't in the arcade game. It's still close. It's really like it really got way closer to what it's trying to be than Daytona did on the Saturn to its Model 2 version, which is a pretty harsh comparison. Sega got much better at that later. If you play like Sega Rally or whatever, we'll stream that later on too sometime. So yeah, there's definitely better racing games, but and it's true on PS1 also. This is a really simple, like first era, first batch of games, and Ridge Racer Revolution really wasn't too far on its tail either. It's basically just right up on it. All right. Hey, it does look like it's working. All right. No, I don't think there's really any analog control options in this either. This was designed to be played with the original PlayStation digital controller mostly. I don't know about in the sequel. Rage Racer has some support for some weird shit like Nedcon and maybe the original Negcon. How is that even supposed to be pronounced? I hate that thing. Whatever it is, the weird twisty controller. It might even have some weird like limited wheel support. When we get to Ridge Racer 4, that issue is all gone because it supports the DualShock, so it'll work fine with that. Ridge Racer 64 also handles beautifully with the PlayStation controller on an emulator. And Ridge Racer 5 is going to work perfectly with my DualShock 4. PCSX2 fully supports that and proves that you can make a DualShock 4 rumble without using an X input wrapper. RetroArch makers, RetroArch developers, if you're listening, you can do that. PCSX2 does it. And it's a really, really popular controller choice. I'm just saying, just something to consider that you actually could do is make my DualShock 4 rumble without me using an X input wrapper. Like DS for Windows or something like that. But yeah, this game does have really tight control on it. It has a good feel to it. It's like a fun game to play. As good as any arcade racing game of its era, kind of. Well, I mean, I know a lot of people prefer Sega stuff, but this was actually pretty dope. And like, it was the only thing giving Sega, you know what I mean, some competition in the arcades. Because when this came out in '93, I played it in '93 at an arcade called Fun Sphere in Arlington, Texas. It was right next to Wet n Wild. Amazing giant arcade, just back from the era of like mega arcades, where you go in, there'd be like 15 fucking Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition machines or whatever. And I saw Ridge Racer like over in a corner. This is when it first came out, and I went over to play it, and it blew my mind. I was like, holy shit, this is way more advanced looking than virtual racing, like seeing everything fully textured. I was starting to see some PC games were coming close with like IndyCar and stuff, but like not quite this amazing. Yeah, whatever Microprose game I used to play, it was not this amazing. Did I win that? I probably did. I don't know why I'm doing it the same one with the same car. But here we go. I mean, it's all the same shit anyway, so whatever. We'll move on to the next track. I like most of the songs on here okay, but that Rotterdam one can go to hell. That thing is sounds like a bunch of gerbils fucking or whatever. It's awful. I believe that Ridge Racer Revolution might have the same problem, but I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll find out. We're going to do all these. Not all at once, but slowly, over time. I took a couple days off next week to relax and unwind, too. It's been really, really busy at work, so I wanted to finally get a little bit of a break in. And I'm going to stream a bunch of video games. Things I ain't doing shit. Including, I think, Akuma will be out then, so we'll do some Street Fighter 6 again. Yeah, this game and Toshinden were pretty much everyone's first taste of PS1. Or PlayStation, as we called it back then. It was always abbreviated as PSX and not PS1 or PS. I don't know why, it just was. It's one of those things. It was the 90s and everything had to have an X in it. Yeah, easy peasy. I already have this one in the second lap. Oh no, this is a 2-lapper anyway. So what we'll do, we'll move on. You're the greatest. I love the 3D models of the tracks too. This is the same shit, just with more laps and a higher top speed. And then there's an extended track. So there's really only 2 track variations. And then there's a time trial extended track thing. Which I believe this is all you get, by the way, in Ridge Racer Turbo, which is the high definition, as they would call it at the time, version of Ridge Racer that was packed in with Ridge Racer 4. The thing about Ridge Racer Turbo is, yeah, it only had that mode. You couldn't just play the regular courses with Full Race. So that seemed like kind of bullshit. The high level on this is hard though. It's hard as shit. It's fast and it has that extra shit that you have to drive on. It's not easy at all. I think there are like codes and tricks and stuff to race backwards and things like that. I doubt we'll get into all that, but definitely try some of the other cars and stuff. This also has a different time of day to it. Also, great collision detection there. I just slid right through that car. That airplane flying overhead is fucking cool though. helicopter, of course. A lot of shit going on, you know. Ah, that didn't go well at all. I'm going to have to restart this. That was rough. Let's try this again. Yeah, this was a long box game, of course, because it was a launch title. And I want to say there was a pack-in option on it. My recollection, tell me if I'm wrong, if anyone's anywhere in the Midwest in the USA or whatever and remembers PlayStation retail prices and packaging. I believe that they sold a PlayStation by itself for $299. Of course, everyone knows that. And then a pack-in version with Ridge Racer for $349, which was not a savings at all because I believe the game was also being sold for $49.99. Or maybe it was $339.99 and the game was $39.99. I don't remember. I remember after a while most of the games were $39.99, but I don't know if it started off that way. I think the prices might have gotten better. And that wasn't fixed across the board either. I got Raiden Project, which was either a launch title or a first batch kind of thing. It was like $20, and that was one of the things that motivated me to buy it. It was kind of a cheaper game. Because, you know, I didn't know if it'd be any good or not. I didn't figure that, like, Raiden 2 was something that could be ported all that well to anything, in a way. I was surprised. It was really, really good. The way the buildings light, like windows light up and stuff as the lighting changes in real time is pretty impressive. And this was, again, like absolutely first generation stuff, and it was really well done. Talking. I knew I blew it at the end. That sucks. That absolutely sucks. Let's not get this yet, though. Yeah, this is still way fun. To me. I don't know. You're either into Ridge Racer or you're not. One thing that I think a lot of people don't get about these games, and I can show you this here in just a second, a lot of people really are insistent about playing racing games in third person, and that's all they ever want to do. And I think it really depends on the game. You have to get the feel of how the game was designed. Ridge Racer wasn't meant to be played in third person. I don't even know if the original arcade game can be played in third person. I think that that's just something that they added for the PlayStation port, and poorly. It's in a bad position. It's like a very oddly placed camera, and I don't. It's just not meant to be played that way. It's meant to be played in first person, and if you don't, you're probably gonna have a bad time. This is what the third-person camera looks like. It sucks. It feels weird to drive this way. It oddly follows like up and down as the car goes up and down hills and stuff. It's awful. I do not see how anyone could do that. But I love this game, and I played it a lot. I didn't own it though. I bought my PS1 just a little bit later, so I ended up getting. It was like right when Toshinden 2 came out. I remember getting Toshinden 2, and Ridge Racer Revolution, and then Raiden Project was, like I said, it had been out a while because it was like a first batch game that came out along with stuff like, I don't know, like Twisted Metal, Warhawk, Mortal Kombat 3. These are all the really early PS1 games. Rayman. I want to say Rayman and Need for Speed were pretty early on. Wipeout came along pretty quick. There's actually quite a few racing games and vehicle games, because you have Wipeout, Destruction Derby, Twisted Metal, which was really just a vehicle combat thing. Ridge Racer and its sequel almost immediately, like I said. It was just like right on the heels of. Struggling here. Oh, this sucks. This yellow car managed to block me for so long and just like generally fuck up my whole gameplay. Whole plan. All shot to hell by that one asshole. I picked up New Star GP recently and I've been playing that, not streaming it, because I had intended for it to just be a background game, so I thought it was just going to be like a simple arcade game. It is not, but I will do a career stream of that at some point too in the not so distant future. I kind of think it's going to be Ridge Racer, the Raiden Fighters games, maybe Vanquish after that, and then maybe something like that, but we'll get to it at some point. Ridge Racers will take us a while, so my taste in this might change as it goes along. I might want to do something totally different. I don't follow as strict of a schedule as I used to on these games. But I have been into doing big series of stuff. I will probably get over that. That is probably just a side effect of having a new system set up for emulation and being like, look, I can do all of these different things and they all work just as well. I did win that though. I wasn't paying any attention. Shit. Let's assume I did and move on. And yeah, I know there's other cars too. We'll get to that eventually. That's a pretty good start. That was a little rough. Now we're in the expansion area. I bet they are. Yeah, that is pretty rough to get through at the end there. No joke. That's for Ridge Racer pros. I keep cutting that way too short. Shit. This asshole again. My favorite. Kind of ugly skybox action there too. As always, I like to point out all the dropped frames and screen tearing are due to having a shitty capture card, not anything else at all. My TV looks great. Just like a real PlayStation. I do not believe in upscaling or fixing like original hardware artifacts in rendering at all, as you can see. This is how it looked. This is how it shall look. I don't think I'm going to catch up to number 1, but I'm pretty impressed with myself for hitting 2. To be honest, that was pretty fucking hard. I'm surprised to get a podium finish at all. Not bad. Not bad at all. So try a different car, start from the beginning and see how that goes, and try different cars. Okay? That's what it's all about. It's Ridge Racer. You race ridges or something. I don't know. It's fun. Look at these cool cars. Going fast. And it'd be a questionable value if you dropped all the money for a PlayStation and all you had was Ridge Racer back then. Like, yes and no. Depends on how much you're into hardcore, like arcade racing, because there definitely wasn't anything else you could enjoy quite like this at home. But also, you know, content-wise, this is it. There you go. I think there might be a couple of secret cars or something, and like a way to do like tracks backwards and maybe mirrored. So maybe you can go mirrored and backwards and really like milk it, but that's about it. Oh, there's, you know what? We should go ahead and do TT, and we'll do it in the old car. That way we've fully explored the game's content. I think this is a 1v1, yeah, and that's how they handle it in Ridge Racer Turbo also. That's the only mode you get. A 1v1 on the hardest track. That's all it is, though, is a 1v1 on the hardest track, so never mind, I just wanted to see what it was. I don't give a shit about that, I'd rather just do regular races. Was that a good start? It felt like a really bad one. It's pretty cool the Galaxian is being played up there on the screen. This is the one where I said the music's a bit much and kind of awful. I think it gets better as it goes along. That's actually an interesting thing too. Like Revolution's music, I think, is a little better than this. Rage's is a little better than that, and a little different. Has more of a dance music vibe to it, and it's a little more. It's Red Book audio. Well, I guess this is too. But it's more produced sounding. I think this is, even though it's Red Book audio, it's just recording like arcade hardware or some shit. Gotta be some excuse for why this shit is the way it is. And I stole first at the very, very end, despite having kind of a very terrible, rough second lap. Yeah, you race, and it's game over. I don't think there's any other options. Fastest laps. You can change the button config, but I don't really know why you would do that. Oh, that's actually interesting. Hang on. There's no save option either, is there? You literally cannot save in this game. But I don't know, it's only recording me as a winner on the first lap. I won the other ones though, right? At some point? I thought I won the second one, but maybe not. I'm trying now. Yeah, after Rage Racer though, that's where the music starts to get a little better. R4 has a lot of great music in it and a really good variety of electronic music and stuff, like different types of EDM and shit. Excuse me. The opening track on R4 almost has like a lo-fi, like jazz hop vibe to it that seems way more modern than what you would expect. It's much more hip than you would imagine in 2024. I think a lot of people would love that if they heard it. Ridge Racer 5 has a really harsh soundtrack by a lot of like kind of like electronic, industrial almost like Japanese artists. So it's way different too. It's pretty cool, I guess. And I remember Ridge Racer 64 is having a pretty good soundtrack as well. Using the Nintendo 64's wave table. Yeah, there's not a lot of PS1 games that have the same thing going on as this does, as far as the entire game loads into memory when it boots. The entire game, every bit of it. You can swap the CD out and it won't. You can take the CD out and it won't stop playing. Put in a different CD and listen to different music. And the other thing is that it has it doesn't even have memory card support. Like, you can't save. There's no save option. You can't do it if you want to. You just can't save. And that's wild to me. Man, almost. I'm gonna have to keep going on this one. Mid-level. That's where the fun is anyway, really. I don't know how I feel about that shitty looking like marble select screen. It's like something out of the CDI game. But I think that both the things that I said about this game are true of its sequel as well. Ridge Racer Revolution, pretty sure it loads all at once. You can take the disc out. Doesn't have any kind of save support. Any unlockables that you get or anything that you get for doing stuff in the game is just for that session. Mostly it's just the racing, the one track with the cars. It's an arcade machine. Rage Racers where shit gets weird. I love that game too. Although it doesn't handle as well as these, so it's kind of a bitch in that way. The handling gets way better with Ridge Racer 4. Like the original game, Revolution, they've got their problems, but they're kind of cool. They still feel slick in their own way. Rage Racer doesn't. It's clunky. I feel like it's clunky almost no matter what you do. And then with R4 and Ridge Racer 64, they just decided to get way better with the control in those games. And really, and I'm not going to play all of these, but 4, 5, 6, and 7, and both of the PSP Ridge Racers all handle great. I'm going to go ahead and tell you I'm not going to do some of those. I may do Ridge Racer 6, depends on whether or not I feel like actually hooking up the Xbox and digging out double A's for the controller and all the other shit that I gotta do to make it work. 7 I can't do because I don't have a PS3. I don't know if my machine here can run PS3 games, but I'm not going to go through all that work just to play 7, which is basically identical to 6 anyway, which honestly are only marginally different from the PSP games. Except for they have different tracks, but they handle the same, and they have the same nitrous system and stuff. I'm also not going to do either of the 2 Western developed Ridge Racer games, Unbounded or whatever the other one is. Those are not bad arcade racing games, not great either, they're just average. But they're not Ridge Racer games. I mean, they just don't feel like Ridge Racer games to me. Bugbear, I think, is the developer. Maybe. I think it might be the same people that made Flat Out. They're just... I don't know, it's just not Ridge Racer games, no matter how you look at it. I don't even, I refuse to include them. This fucking song. That's what's gonna drive me past the edge of madness here. This bullshit song. Tekken was out on PS1 by the time I got mine also, for sure. But I never played Tekken. I don't think I ever even rented it. No, I did eventually rent that game. I rented it after... Okay, so I rented it after I played Tekken 2 in the arcade. Tekken 2 I had played in the arcade before I got my PS1, and was the main reason I got my PS1. I was counting the days until it was being released. And so I did rent Tekken 1 while I was waiting on it. I'm like, that's cool, but not as cool. You know, it's just kind of the reaction you have. But man, I was so thrilled with Tekken 2. It actually was everything I had hoped it would be. An amazing game. And that didn't turn out well at all. part has proven to consistently be a problem for me. I really botched my last hope of turning that around. Terrible. Man, the extended version of this track is a fucking nightmare. Let's try it again.
3, 2, 1, go! Wow, what a start! This is just what I wanted to see! 3 laps to go!
Yeah, also Rage Racer was like one of my very, very favorite PS1 games back in the day, and I don't quite have a feel for why that's the case now. Like, when I go back and play it, like, the career mode aspect of it is super cool, and I like that, but it's real dreary looking compared to the other Ridge Racer games. And, yeah, it doesn't control as well, so... I tend to have mixed feelings on it, which is kind of the reverse of R4. I had mixed feelings on it back in the day because it didn't have a career mode where you got to upgrade your cars and stuff. And I felt like that was a step back. I mean, it had a career mode, but really it was just a way of funneling you through a series of like 10 races or whatever the game consists of. R4 is a very different kind of game. There's a lot of tracks, and it runs you through them in order. It's a lot different than any other Ridge Racer game, I think. A lot of the upgrade stuff is just upgrading you into a faster class of racing anyway, which the games do anyway, which Ridge Racer 5 like kind of shows you getting better engines and shit, but it's just stepping you through to the next level of having to race faster cars with faster cars, you know. This is going so poorly, I just don't see any point in continuing.
3, 2, 1, go!
I might try the mid-level with the other cars and see how it goes, just out of curiosity. Or start doing basic and then mid with the other cars. It really was. That was basically ideal. That's how you want to take that turn. I'll never be able to do it again. Never again that well. did that so well too. Whatever.
Hey, somebody's right on your tail! That was a great counter! You must be one genius of a driver. You've got to teach me! Okay, it's the last stretch. Keep going. Okay, the final lap. Hang in there.
I actually gotta do it? I don't know, I'm about to get into the shitty part, so we'll see. Welcome to the shit zone. Oh, lots of weird downshifting, that'll help, I'm sure. That's exactly what you want. Oh yeah, everybody can surpass me, fuck it. Yeah, fuck you, man. You made sure that that didn't work out. Whatever. Whatever, what a bunch of bullshit.
Ridge Racer! All right, everyone. 1 minute to go. Are you ready? The engines sound like they're ready to go. Are you all set?
Very different handling model.
Three, two, one, go! Wow, what a start! This is just what I wanted to see. 2 laps to go.
think I like this car. Or not, I hate it. I hate it is what I meant to say. God. Never mind. Where the hell was the drift? That was the part where you needed to be drifting. So we can easily get first. Yep, we got everything on camera, so I'll watch it later. That is indeed true. Best start so far, I think. Shit. Lines are just a little repetitive, aren't they? Also, he just sounds like he's being a smartass when he says that. You're one genius of a driver. How the fuck did you pull that off, you genius? You need to teach me. Ugh. Yuck. Do a little better now. No. No, clearly not. This car accelerates so fast though, like you can make some pretty huge mistakes and it doesn't matter as much. I wonder how that's going to translate out in this like third highest difficulty. It feels like I cakewalked into it with this car. I don't know. So we'll see. I mean, it's a really stiff handling car, but it's like, yeah, if you bump something, it doesn't matter that much because you'll just accelerate right out of it. Shit. No, you suck, man. You really. I'm considering restarting at least. think, you know what? I was like, I think we'll be all right. Nope, nope. More shit to bump into.
3, 2, 1, go!
Bad start. Okay, I'll accept that.
This is just what I wanted to see.
Yeah, what a start. What a start. You peeled rubber and got stuck. Congratulations.
Next corner stop. Watch yourself. That was a great counter. You must be one genius of a driver. You gotta teach me.
Nope. Nope. Not doing well at all. Keep going right into the fucking wall. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, good. Works out good. Yeah, that's fucking cool. Shit. Yeah, bye. Guess you win now. Fuck. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. In the very, very last heat. Very last stretch. Finally, huh? Let's see if we can take on TT, whatever the fuck that is. Feeling good about that.
Wow, what a start! This
And this is the long version, right? Don't, no. Like, what is that? What is that? Like, that made my brain malfunction. That's so fucked up. Like, what is that? Like, it just completely handles different now, like, all of a sudden out of nowhere, than it has been the whole time. Some completely different bullshit. Not great. Low gear, going up the hill. Alright, here we go. That fucking sucks. That's no, none of that's good. Now he wins now. Have to see if we can fix it in the last lap or something, because that's just fucked. That's completely fucked. I don't know if there's any fix in all that. It's just the kind of shit you hope doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, if it happens in this last lap, then that's it, and it's over. And that sucks. Hope that's not the case. So at least I can get fucking up before we even get into the construction area, so it won't be the sting I expected, but instead an entirely different look at how bad I fucked this up, like early on kind of thing. It's really something. Really something, man. Some real shit right there, let me tell you. I did pretty fucking good there. Yeah, I think that man, that was a complete turnaround in the last lap. Yeah, I did that construction area with a rare level of skill that I almost never demonstrate. Well, shit, we've been able to see most of the content of this now. Then that's good, because I'm about to wrap it up here in a minute. I would like to try the last car and see if there's anything I unlock, like mirror matches or something, since I beat all the modes. Fun stuff though, really good. I mean, this was a genuine classic. This was a big fucking deal back in the day, and with good reason. It's a good game. It's a great game, in fact. Ridge Racer Revolution, I'm not gonna lie, it's more of the same. It's literally another dose, another serving of the same meal. So, oh yeah, I get a credit roll now. That's good. But you know, it's another serving of something really good, in my opinion. And the PS1 got so many more arcade racers, but how many of them are really better than the Ridge Racer games? Almost none. I mean, Wipeout's something completely different, and Gran Turismo's something completely different. I'm talking about like arcade-style automobile racing games. Yeah, let's play extra game. What the hell is that? Oh boy. Something extra. Put in your name, sucker. Why? There's no memory card. It doesn't use a memory card. Why am I putting in my name? Yeah, beginner extra. Okay, awesome. Yeah, here's something more to do. I'm pretty sure that these are just like reverse tracks or something. Almost positive that's what we're looking at. Yeah, reverse tracks. It starts at a different point.
2, 1, go! 2 laps to go.
I gotta say, this shit's pretty good backwards, too. Still fun. Yeah, this definitely has a little bit of extra pizzazz to it. Man, what a great game. I don't know if it's just nostalgia. Well, it's not just nostalgia. The actual gameplay is fun. You can't beat this. Can't beat it. And they do end up just remaking this almost note for note a few times, and we'll talk about that later as we get into it. But can you blame them? You know, Namco did know that they had something with Ridge Racer, but how come we never got one on the Dreamcast? That's something I'll always wonder about. We got Soul Calibur, but no Tekken or Ridge Racer? I guess maybe if things had just been going better for the Dreamcast, Namco would have invested more heavily. I don't know. Just speculation. We'll never know what they may have had in development that got canceled.
Later, huh? You're the greatest.
-2, -3 laps.
All right, everyone. 1 minute to go. Are you ready? The engines sound like they're ready to go. Are you all set?
It sounds like you guys might be ready. Are you ready? Is anyone ready? Are you set? If you're ready, let me know. Just tell me and then we'll go. Fuck. What a chode. I feel like something's going poorly this time, and I don't know why. Why am I still in 11th?
3, 2, 1, go! 3 laps to go. Get down, everybody. Get down, everybody. Get down, everybody. Get down, everybody.
Ugh. That didn't go well. Can't see shit, don't know what's going on. It's super dark. It's dark and you're going uphill. It's like there's nothing, no visual cues whatsoever. Yeah, there's almost nothing to go on here. It's really just driving blind in the dark. No, they ain't happening with this car, I'll tell you that. Man, I didn't even hit the finish line. And on that sad note, I'm gonna have to wrap this up.
You'll do it next time.
Not quite as long of a... You know what? I'm gonna give this one last go. Give this one more go in a better car. This was the car that worked the best for me, just because of its crazy ass acceleration. Let's try this, just real quick, and see how it goes.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go! 3 laps to go.
very badly.
Okay, the final lap. Hang in there.
Oh, that was just some terrible driving. There's no other explanation. Sorry. Well, shit. I don't have time to do anymore. I wish I did. Seems like my CPU is doing an unusual amount of work streaming this video. I don't know why. It's not running. The game's not running on the same machine that's doing the streaming either. This is capture. That's why it doesn't look totally smooth, even though it is. This game might have an art style that does not compress well or something though, that it's stressing things out. Anytime I've ever tried to stream F-Zero or F-Zero 99, that's been a nightmare. It just sounds like the worst judder, and like it doesn't capture correctly at all. But yeah, a lot of racing games are rough to come through. This very, very cheap capture card. Too bad I only like to play fast action games, huh? If you like watching fast action games, be sure to like and subscribe. I will be playing the rest of the Ridge Racer, not all of the Ridge Racer games, but most of them coming soon. So stay tuned for Ridge Racer Revolution, followed by Rage Racer, R4 and R64. I don't know which order those are in. And yeah, and then probably 5 and Ridge Racer for the PSP is probably what we're going to do. Anyway, these games are a lot of fun, and thanks for watching.